A man will leave you with nothing but shit and a bag.
They don't want to open their capacity beyond themselves.
Person, because you just said if we got married, I would still put me first. That's not a union.
First, but when it comes to a guy, you shouldn't put a guy over yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
Me first, like even saying that just sounds so crazy to me in a marriage. Like I've never thought it once. It's just, it's us, it's the kids, it's our family. Like I becomes we.
Oh, you have just tapped into the Brilliant Psycho. Oh, welcome to another episode of Brilliant Psychos. In today's episode, we shall witness the Candace Owens dismantle a young lady who feels that whether she's married or not, she comes first. She's the head honcho. It's all about me, myself, and I. Let's see how bad this goes.
I actually wanted to cut to her because you kind of gave a little face when she said like she puts her man first.
Yes, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree that you made a face?
No, I don't agree with putting a man first.
Oh, you don't agree with putting a man first. Okay, so can you elaborate?
Yes, I don't agree with putting a man first because when he leave you, then what? What you gonna have? What you gonna have? If you put your all into a man will leave you with shit and bricks. Can I say shit? I'm sorry.
No, you good.
A man will leave you with nothing but shit and a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have your own.
What? Gonna leave you with shitty bricks and the shitty bag. And what you gonna have left? You got yourself.
Everything. So why would I put a man first?
Sorry, when you say sorry, life? I'm so not cool. When you say shit, when you say shit and a bag,
yeah,
because you just slow that down for me. I promise you, I'm like I am so not hip.
When I mean shit in the bag, I mean like your stuff in the bag and you on your way. And he already got the next girl in the house. Like I don't play those type of games.
Okay, so you guys are specifically talking about, so you're assuming people just don't get married because obviously the court systems favor women. Actually, women will get everything if a guy gets up and leaves.
Saying, okay,
so I heard somebody else say like, oh, like the house and blah, 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 and then you'll have nothing. I'm like, actually, in the current environment of what happens to men in courtrooms, you'd have pretty much everything.
But the man gotta want to marry you. These men ain't getting married.
So that's it. You're talking about, so you're basically saying, like you could potentially be with a person that doesn't want to marry you, but you should just never be with a person that doesn't want to marry you, was what I would say. Like if you're talking to a guy and he never wants to marry you, then that's a really...
That's why I ended my last relationship. I felt like we were together for too long, and I asked him like, hey, do you foresee us getting married? Do you see us continuing on? And he was like, no. Straight up. No, but it's okay.
He said no. At least he kept it real, right? Can't get mad at him. But at the same time, sometimes the energy that we put out is the same energy that we get back in return. So if you walking around like it's me, myself, and I, people can feel that. They don't feel that genuineness. So they start thinking the same exact way. They start mirroring you.
Rather he was being honest.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
At least he told you.
Like, no, for real. Not even taking no her body. And I was just like, okay, baby.
Baby, I love you.
That's
fine.
So you guys are painting a picture of not needing a man, but actually it's a circumstance where it's a specific kind of relationship where the guy doesn't want to marry the woman because, I mean, if a guy said, yes, I do want to marry you, then you wouldn't have this perspective of like, I'm not putting a man first, right?
I would never put a man first because even though this is my life, you know what I'm saying? This is my life.
But if you were married...
If I was married, I still wouldn't put my husband first. Damn! It's my life.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Okay, so this is how I feel. I feel like you should take care of yourself.
How many girls agree with her? Just out of curiosity.
I halfway agree with her.
Okay. Anybody else agree?
Okay. Because I just feel like that could be why he doesn't want to get married, right? If you're saying like even if we get married, I'm putting myself first and I'm not putting you first. If I was a dude and I heard that, like I would definitely say, okay, then I'm not going to marry you.
It's also about coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's also about a union. And I'm saying what I'm saying is there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people nowadays.
It's about a union. How you have one point of yourself where you're saying it's about me, myself, and I, then the other part saying no, it's about a union. That don't mix like two to no end. Find yourself a serious shit, biggie. But I think what she's saying, she's keeping it real, and I think a lot of people are thinking this way. They don't want to open their capacity beyond themselves, and because of that, it's leading to broken homes, a lot of promiscuous activities, sneaky links, work husbands, work wives, and it's getting real crazy out here, people. Stay sturdy.
Days that doesn't understand what a union is.
Well, I would argue potentially that you're that person because you just said if we got married, I would still put me first. That's not a union.
First, though? Would a man put his wife first?
Yes.
So you should always what I'm saying is I feel like you should always put yourself first, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a guy, you shouldn't put a guy over yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I would offer that in a very productive marriage, there is no I versus, it's just we. Like, I am in a partnership, a team, me and my husband. The concept of putting me first, even saying that just sounds so crazy to me in a marriage. Like, I've never thought it once. It's just, it's us, it's the kids, it's our family. Like, I becomes we. And so I would just say, like, maybe when you put that out there to a guy, like I, then they say, okay, maybe this isn't marriage material, because she's telling me that even if I give her everything and I have the potential, then the risk of losing everything, that she still would not make any sacrifices in her life. And
I can agree with what you're saying. I can agree with your statements. But what I'm saying is I haven't came across a traditional man like that as of now. So I'm going to focus on myself.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to highlight that it's a specific kind of man that you're talking about. Yes. If a guy doesn't want to get married, but also fair, if you're saying the same thing, you're attracting that specific kind of a person. Do you know what I mean? If you're like, I'm all about me, then he's like, okay, cool, I'm all about me too.
Can I backpack off that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I told my husband, like, day one, I want to get married.
I've been in,
do you know what I mean? I was like, no games. It's a we. When are we getting married? When are we having kids?
Right,
we.
I can agree with that, but then some people have different goals from other. My number one goal is to be a star, not to be married.
Okay, fair.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying if that might be why you're not getting married.
Yeah, I don't care to get married.
Yeah, it's just it's feeding each other.
I really don't care to get married.
Which is fine.
Can I just a question real quick? Who's your role model in the rap game?
Onika Tanya Mirage.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. Got it.
Oh, is that her? And her
role model.
Yeah.
Onika. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tanya Mirage.
How many girls actually want to get married on the panel, real quick? Oh, everybody.
It's too late.
Everybody? Okay. All right, just out of curiosity. All right. So for you said that you're putting career first. Question for you. Do you think after putting your career first, being a dancer, being involved in the work that you're in, that you're going to find your dream man at the end of the line?
Yes. Because my career doesn't define me. Because my career doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a completely different woman. I can separate my business and what I do from my actual personal life. Bro? Right. I was just about to ask that. What's
something
funny?
in my throat. Sorry.
You know why he's laughing? Because this is some silly, bogus shit. Your career doesn't define me. Anything you do shows some kind of level of the values you have, the standards you have. It's some kind of piece of you, whether you realize it or not.
My bad.
Bless you, Fresh.
Sorry, continue on.
Okay, so basically, like how she was saying, like when I do get into a relationship or an engagement, like even with my ex-fiance, I told him, I tell everybody what I do up front. Like, look, I do this, that, and the third. Do you want to be a part of it or do you not? You know what I'm saying? You can have the passwords to my phone. You can, anything to make you feel comfortable. And with my engagement, he was like, well, I don't want you to work. I don't want you to do anything. He had money. He took very good care of me. He didn't want me to work. I did, because it's an emotional thing. I don't care about money. You know what I'm saying? Money is not a focal point for me.
Okay.
I'd rather be taken care of emotionally, you know, and feel safe. That's my biggest thing. I want to feel safe. If I make you feel safe, make me feel safe.
Okay.
Because money can be made, spent every day, whatever.
Do you think your job at all might be impacting how they value you?
Yes and no. I say yes because the second you hear, oh, I'm a sexologist, I'm a dancer, I'm a whatever, I decide to tell you I'm on lifestyles. What do you think? You think escort, or you think she's just another stripper girl type situation? No, yeah, I mean, it's honest. It's honest. It's honest.
This nigga. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
That's automatically what you think, you know, especially when you see certain girls that are in the lifestyle, being dancers, being escorts, being whatever. That's how they present, and they don't care. But me, I have morals. I have values. My career does not define me. I'm a completely different woman from what I am, from what I work. Me making money has nothing to do with the woman that I am.
Don't you think that what you're willing to do for work does define your value, though? Like you should say, like, these are not my values. I just do this for work. Like,
absolutely.
You know, I prostitute, but these are not my values. I just do this for work.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving an example here, right? Like,
okay.
I'm not sure that we can separate that, right?
I can.
Like,
I can.
Well, you can, but I'm saying that I think for men,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to speak for men, but like
you're
telling them what you're telling them what your values are
Yes.
when you say I do this and I do that and I do this, right? Like if I'm Like they don't think that you're just performing per se.
I make them comfortable. Like I will tell you everything up front. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm literally gonna show you everything up front. If you have any insecurities about what I do, if you have any questions, I'm like, look, babe, this is literally what I do. That's it. That's all.
So that
shit don't matter. You know, once somebody has a view of you, you can show your phone. You can have your GPS. People get so slick nowadays that you never really know.
Just so we can run your argument to a totally separate career path. Like if that would be like me saying, I sell crack to children, right? But I tell you that I sell crack to children, so my values are in check because saying. I told you that I sell crack to children.
Okay, so let me also add, if I do get into a relationship, me telling you up front what I do, if you're not comfortable with that, I will not do it. Fine. I'm not saying that like enough where I'm like, okay, he's worth it. But I also know what type of man that I can get.
And the lie detector determined that was a lie. Because she said her fiance wanted her to quit her job and he was going to take care of her, and she decided not to.
Give up my part of my income for.
But I'm just saying, how can you separate your values from what you do? Like even that example I just gave you.
It's easy. I can't really explain it. It's just easy. I just don't get lost in that world of being a dancer, being trapped in the erotic world. I don't get lost in it. Like I'm very like headstrong. So it's like, it's literally business. It's kind of like an actor. I can go on Seinfeld and be, or Friends or whatever, and be an actor, but it's completely different at home, you know? So it's acting for me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But that's it. Like, yeah, and then at home, I cook, I clean, I will do all the things of wifely duties, or, you know, and I'm happy. They're happy.
So you're basically just, in your mind, you're like, I'm just two different people.
I am. I definitely am. Sabella and Etienne are two completely different people.
Keep it a bean.
What?
In the club.
Huh? In the club? I'm Sabella in the club.
Right.
At home,
and what are
Etienne.
Sabella's values?
Does Sabella smash in the club?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Never
not.
did.
Stop the cow.
Not for one time.
Shut up.
Back room? Nothing?
Never. No. Never. Ever.
All right, Sabella.
Never.
We're going to find out whole facts.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Make a phone call?
Go ahead.
In the office?
Go ahead.
She one of them? All right,
Go
nigga.
ahead.
Put me on.
You want me to call? Y'all took my phone. I would call the office. But no, I've never done anything like that ever.
Okay.
No, and that's cool. I mean, you already said that you're putting your career first, which is fine. I'm just wondering, like, if you're okay with the quality of man that's going to be left for you at the end of the road when you're done with your career and you're done prioritizing that.
I have dealt with both shitty men and quality men. So it's like I've experienced both. And because of who I am, they understand that, okay, this is her career. This is what she chooses to do to make money. But she's a completely different person with me. It's not airs. It's not fronts. It's not, I'm trying to get your money. It's not nothing.
Can you remind me how old you are? 27, did you say?
I'm 29.
29.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you, how old were you?
Shut up.
26.
26. And you said man first?
Yeah, if I have a man, yes.
Yeah, if you can find one, you would put marriage first.
It's not fine, but I mean, I guess. But yeah, I would. Like, I would put that first, yeah.
What would be a better word than fine?
I don't know. It just makes me seem like I'm out here in the streets. Just
I was. I don't think there's any shame in like wanting to find a guy, man, like wanting to find a relationship. Like, I don't, I feel like people.
Streets, man.
You should be looking
for you two, do you guys think that you need to actively find a man, or are you just going to find you? Just out of curiosity.
For me, you can find me. I'm fine
They gotta
with my
find you?
dog.
Okay,
I'm fine with
same
my
with
I
you?
mean, I would like a guy to like put in the initial effort. Yeah, but I would. But I don't think I've ever just like gone after, like, be the, what's it called?
You've never actively seek the man?
go-getter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have options though, right? You have options like going out, dating stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just choose a good one.
Well, yeah. So I was kind of dating somebody, and then I just found out he like lied about his age.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Red flag.
Damn.
How old? Like, it's too young?
No. He told me he was 36, and I just found out he's like 50.
Shit.
He's just like
Oh, she done grabbed her up a sugar daddy.
really good at like dyeing his beard all the time. And
Does he do tattoos?
Where did you grow up?
in Dallas.
Okay.
Or actually, I
And
moved
when
around
did you
a lot.
get into the business?
Well, since I got kicked out of school, so like if you're at, like I didn't have a dad, but I went to college. I like had a 4.0 and a full ride scholarship, and I was doing really well, but got kicked out for a joke I made, and then I that led me into the sex industry, and it's just for me as a means to an end. It's the only thing I knew what I could do to make some money. So
And
What? Make it make sense. So you had a 4.0, did a joke that was that serious enough to get kicked out of school and then tripped, slipped, and landed into becoming a sex worker? And that was the only thing that you can think of to do for money with a 4.0? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
How does that impact, like, I guess, your relationship with your mom? Does she know you're on OnlyFans or no? Well, she does now. Hey, Mom.
They're very, like, country. Like, they're not gonna, like, know what this is, I hope.
They speak English. They might put it together.
My little brothers watch the show, though, so
they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you think your mom would be?
No, she wouldn't like it, but
she would understand.
I think she just wants me as long as I'm in her life, and like.
Was she like your friend growing up?
Yeah. She was in and out. I have like mommy issues and daddy issues. So
Holy.
But but like now, yeah, I see her more of as a friend. But she's still like, she's very like religious and very like that. So I don't talk to her about everything. I don't know. So, but I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't be happy about it, and she wants me to like find something better. But just doing what I can.
And you feel like you have to do it for financial reasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Or did you just want fast money? Because I feel like you could get a job if you were like, I want to be a bartender. Like, I mean, you're young, you're attractive, you're like, you don't have to do OnlyFans, right? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
I was broke, crazy broke, and I never sold my body. Like, so I feel like now people keep saying they have to, but like, it's just like, I want fast money and I want to be able to pay rent, sort of a thing.
I want to be able to pay rent, but what else would I do that's gonna make me the same amount? And I don't make.
It's not gonna make you the same amount.
I don't make a lot of money. Because I don't like do the absolute most. So I make a regular amount, and I make enough to get by. And I don't know. I watched my mom struggle growing up, and I saw her do all the normal jobs, and she didn't sell her body and all that, and she like struggled a lot. So I really just kind of was like, will do almost anything. It was OnlyFans, I don't know. And to not end up like that and like literally being homeless and dumpster diving and all that, like I would rather do OnlyFans than that. So like I think.
Did she just take it to the extreme dumpster diving? She just skipped the regular job. She said her mom's was doing regular jobs, making ends meet, whatever, surviving like everybody else does. But I guess this is a mindset that a lot of young people get caught in. So whether it's females nowadays, OnlyFans, they want the quick money, or if it's a little young dude from the hood and the thing they're thinking about is, oh yeah, let me sell drugs or let me do this stuff. They're thinking about the fast cash. But the thing about fast cash, a lot of the times it don't last. And a lot of times you end up in a bad situation where you fuck up and crash.
I think I just have that like that fear, and I watched my mom do all the regular jobs, and yeah, so.
Candace, in your opinion, why do you think women resort to OnlyFans when they have other options?
Well, so the first thing I would say is that I do see this trend. That's why I always ask about whether you grew up with a dad, because usually the answer is no. And I think that definitely matters. And they do have other options. I think the problem is that especially when you're young, you just want fast money. And I don't think they realize that they're making, like, it's like, yeah, this is money up front, but is going to cost you when you get older. Like, this is like, it's like doing a deal with the devil, right? Where it's like up front, everything's gonna look great, and then you're gonna, trip over near 30, and you're gonna realize the men, the options, and also, by the way, when you're on OnlyFans and selling your body, like, your body's only gonna go in one direction. Like you are a stock that is just declining with age, right? So there's going to be the next 18-year-old that wants to put her boobies on the internet, and you're just not going to be able to bring in the money that you could. So, it's the youth, they say youth is wasted on the young, and I think that that's very true. I think there's a new environment where also the materialism that's on Instagram makes them want more before they have to work for it. They're just like seeing Kardashians and Jenners out there like spending with their thing, and they're like, I just want money, and that they're being raised online, and they don't have an example that shows them that like that's just a mirage, and it's going to come at just a severe cost. So it actually breaks my heart when I see young women doing that, because I know what's going to be on the other side of that, and
could I add something to that?
Sure.
I feel like, especially with social media, like a lot of girls base their worth off of like how fast they can get money with doing the least amount of work. And I mean labor work. That's like, you see it on TikTok all the time. It's like, oh, like I'm a Pilates princess, or I you know, go to Starbucks every day, and it's like, oh, but I don't lift a finger. And it's like, you know, all these girls are now it leaves all these other girls to be like, oh, like what do I have to do to make that kind of money without doing a lot of work? Because that would mean like, oh, I'm not worth like a lot. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why OnlyFans is so, you know, popular.
Instagram is like reprogramming everybody's brains.
Yeah, a great man once said, fast money comes with
slow problems. Yeah, I mean,
I think
that?
That's actually there. You go.
I've said that. This is one of my quotes. But
if I rip it and say that I made it, like it was from me,
you say it. You can say I came up with it.
Like he's lying.
Stole it from me.
He's a liar.
Because I've always kind of found this interesting when girls say that they put men first, and then they get into a career field that's going to ostracize them from the very men that they wanted. Right?
Well, they don't understand how men tick. I think that's what's missing. Is like we're animals at the end of the day. Like it's not going to change what men 100%. Want and what women want. That's why I always say to women, like your biology will catch up with you. Like you can think you're so smart, we can socialize, you can do experiments, and you know, but at the end of the day, your body's going to come online. And so I always talk about this book I read by E.O. Wilson, it's called On Human Nature, and basically his thesis is that at the end of the day, your biology is going to win, and he starts correlating it to what happens in the wild, and you know what men want, like male species wants, and what the female species wants in the wild, and how your body actually dictates that, like why it is, you know, that men want a certain type of woman and why it is that women want a certain type of man, like the protection, the hunters, the gatherers, and that's never going to change. And I think that unfortunately for these women, when they realize that and when the biology really comes online is probably in your mid-20s, it's too late because of the things that they've done, and men are not going to change their taste. So it's just calamitous. It just happened.
Don't let that go over your head. What Myron said and what she said. Sometimes you don't realize that the type of work that you're getting in, you're only gonna attract that certain type of dude. And the other dude that you're thinking about having this miraculous marriage to, he don't even want that type of woman. Second, one of the most important things that Candace said is that she read a book. A lot of you people are not learning. And because you're not learning, you're burning. I mean, everything's on fire. Your soul, your mind, your body. And I know they feeling the heat right now. Third, humans. No matter what we doing, our biology, we're not changing. Humans been around, our species been around for a long time. And once you understand that all you have to do is look at past things to see how things operate. This can help you navigate in the present so we don't mess up this gift that we continuously have every day we wake up. So this is why it's important to find good role models. Pay attention to history. Understand what it is to be a woman. Understand what it is to be a man. Because when you truly understand these positions, it helps to bring clarity to your vision.
And it's like I see it happening in slow motion. It's like a train wreck, and I can't stop it.
I just hate when I see OnlyFans girls that are really cool people, very nice people as well. But when they go home, they cry at night because it's like they know they fucked up. But in public, they don't want to say, oh, I fucked up. It's like more like, hey, you know what? I'll make it look good. Behind closed doors, it looks really bad.
Really bad. And this is what I'm talking about. They burning. You know what I'm saying? Their soul is on fire.
Yeah, it's just tough to get a traditional man that's going to pay the bills and take you seriously and protect and provide for you. Like, I don't mean to use an example, but like you acquired yourself a lower status male, right? Because of your profession. And you've been together for 3 months. I promise you the conversation is going to come up. I don't like this. I want you to stop.
Yeah.
It's going to come. It's been in every single one of you guys' situation, whether you're a dancer, stripper, whatever it is, OnlyFans, whatever, that tough conversation. You know what? I don't like this. I want you to stop. And then that's where you got to kind of make the decision.
Or she's going to say, I want to stop. And he's going to be like, money in
here. In that situation.
I'm never.
Yeah, because you might have a pimp on your hands. He like, keep going, baby. Bring home the bacon.
We're gonna stop. I've been doing this for a while.
Fair.
So.
And that's fair enough. But like that's kind of what ends up happening, where girls that are involved in that either have to A, stay single, B, acquiesce and get with a lower status male that's below them, kind of like in your situation, which I'm gonna newsflash for you. 6, 7, 8 months from now, you're gonna start to resent him because you make more money than him and you boss him around. I promise you, it's gonna come. It always happens when girls make more money than their man and puts them in a leadership role, puts him in a dominant role, and then that guy has to submit to the woman, and that's a very unattractive feature to be in a relationship. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You want a man that you can boss around?
Huh?
You want a man that you can boss around?
Absolutely not. I don't.
So what do you disagree with?
I don't believe in bossing a man around at all.
So then, what do you disagree with?
If he's a man that I can naturally submit to as my leader, as my protector, as my provider, regardless of what I do, like I'm gonna do that, whether or not I make more money than you. I've been in that situation where I make way more money than my man, but
how'd that turn out?
Not.
Where's he now? Gone.
But
that nigga gone, bro.
All I can say is
not because of financial reasons.
All right.
No, I mean it's new. You guys are in the honeymoon phase, but what I'm saying, I've seen this with, and I don't mean to pick on you, but like every single girl that's come on the show where she's in a situation where she makes way more than her man or whatever it may be,
yeah,
it never ends well.
I think it's about how you carry yourself or how you represent yourself.
It don't matter,
I don't believe in letting your career define who you are.
Yeah, you might not believe in it, but
I mean,
belief is not going to change biology. You know,
yes,
like it's like I don't believe that men can't also be. It's like you can say that all you want, but you're a man, dude. You know, you're a woman, and it's the same thing. And men tick in a certain way, you know. And so,
I agree.
I mean, you're all young enough that I think that if you hear that, you can make some changes, but don't think that you're going to change the way men tick. Like that's just not a thing.
That's never going to happen. I don't think there's any woman that can.
And you also can't change how you tick, is what I'm trying to say. Like. You'll get with that guy. You'll think, oh no, it's cool. We'll work together. I'll build him up. And then you realize he's just living off of you. He's a fucking bum. You make more than him. You got more ambition. It's just very unattractive for a woman to be with a man that can't provide, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I just don't look at that first. Like if I'm into you, I'm not gonna look.
Are you listening? I think she's not.
At what you provide for me first. Like I'm not gonna look at a man. Okay, that's what I mean.
How's that worked out for you for 29 years?
Hasn't worked out, so pay attention to the biology. Some things is not changing. Raise your standards. Add value to yourself. Get yourself some principles. Learn history. Understand the benefits of being a woman. Understand the benefits of being a man. And stay sturdy, my people, as always.